Hi guys, welcome to the Southern Money Show with me, your host Sean. Today we're going to start with deep dive into Snowflake. I know I touched on it in the last video, however I've had what I'd call a phase 1 look, not a deep dive but a phase 1 look into it. I was intrigued with the fact that they had I was intrigued with the fact that they were loss making, and Buffett never goes into a loss making business unless he's going to take them over and turn them around. Basically they are bringing in money, but they were spending more on marketing than they were bringing in. Now, the whole thing on why I liked it was because it was big data and cloud data, and it was bringing in a lot of money. Now, why would Buffett be into it? And I'm not the type that goes into something because Buffett goes into it, otherwise I would have all his stocks in my portfolio. I do respect the guy, yeah, but I'm not blindly following him. The fact is, they apparently are going to get their marketing down. And how do we know this? Well, if we look on Apple, sorry about that, we are outside and it is a byproduct of being outside. Apple are advertising for an Apple Snowflake designer, and their wages are going to be over 120k, and they've been advertising for a while. So, you know, we can look from the short term where some of Snowflake's, basically you put Snowflake on top of Google spreadsheet, and Google spreadsheet, if you do your own taxes, it can do certain calculations for you. You know, you can do 2-3 calculations, or all these different lines calculations. But what Snowflake want to do is not just 1,000 or 10,000 or 1,000,000, but up to 1 billion different calculations on the spreadsheet. So imagine what that would be like for the likes of Apple. So they would come out with, let's take what's happened this year. They would be able to calculate how many people are actually staying at home in February, either for work purposes, leisure purposes, and they weren't, or even in March, and a trend was occurring, and before the lockdown they could stop hiring people in store, or they could come to agreement with the people who were in store on the short-term contracts and not renew their contracts, and instead come to an agreement with people for working from home and prepare for that, because they would have all that data already and it would be instantaneous, rather than contracts, rather than having to wait for all this data to come in a week or a month behind. And even now they could be where you get some things like that are weeks or months behind with the data, such as jobs reports and the likes. They could be doing their own reports, and could just mean that Google are pretty good with their own data, but it's the processing of the data, and it's the actual analysing of the data, and this will just take it to another level. You know, you see it all the time, like they're advertising for data analysts, but putting this on top of having Snowflake on top of the data is just a whole new ball game, and that's why they're going in. Now, if you remember, when it comes to the likes of Lemonade and Rocket, I always gave my oh, sorry about that. I always gave my price points and whether it was too expensive or not. Now, Snowflake are supposedly getting their expenses down. They don't need to market so much. So I've gone through the figures. By their admission, they will be making $1 billion in profit. If that's true, then yes, it will look to be something Buffett worthy. If they are not now, if they're not reaching that, then you may see a sell-off. However, the thing is, because of Buffett's involved, because of the data cloud, because of the way it's run, you could see, because of the market at the moment and people moving money from where it usually is, you could see it hitting 150 from 75. I mean, look at what happened with Lemonade. You could see it hit 100. So unless you get in as soon as it opens, I would leave it. Unless it drops. Because my price point would be $60, 60 to 65. Of course, as I said, when it opens, I wouldn't mind picking some up just to day trade them, but I wouldn't be picking them up when it goes to $80, $90, because there's a chance you'll be caught holding the bag. Now, my worry for them, because I always give the pros and cons really any time with these companies. Come November, I'm not sure the exact date, but it will be middle to late November. The people who are long-term investors, they are able to sell their shares, so you may see heavy dilution, and that could drop the shares. So if you don't get in quick enough on the day of the IPO, you may want to wait until November, until Christmas time, or New Year's time. That would be the next time to buy. So what I would do is I would set an alert for $60, $65. If it doesn't hit that, then I would just wait until November, December time, and you'll see a dilution, more likely see a dilution, and you'll see the share price drop. This is one that I like, a company I like, but it has to hit certain parameters. I would not suffer from FOMO just because I like the company. I would be waiting for it to hit a price point. If I miss out, I miss out. Look what happened with Lemonade. I waited, it hit my price point, I bought in, and then it went up again. I sold because I could see it was overbought, and then it came back down again, and I bought it again. You know, that's the way to do it. Same with Rocket, I did the same. But Rocket, I think, is a good long-term hold, especially nowadays. With this, it could be a good long-term hold, but they have, as long as they do what they promised, they've, as in cut the expenses, cut the marketing budget. They no longer need it. Apple are advertising for engineers, Snowflake engineers who can work with Apple. So I don't think they need the marketing anymore. They can also cut budget elsewhere. They can, so I think they can, if they hit the 1 billion profit, fine, but then they need to carry on growing, and I think they can. But at the same time, I will not succumb to FOMO over this. Otherwise, you'll just lose all your money. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this. This is a short one just to see, because I've noticed with the long videos, people aren't watching till the end. So this is just a test. Although people said they like the format of the longer ones, only a couple of people are watching to the end, so I'm just trying to see how this goes. Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoy the content. It does help with the YouTube algorithm, getting the video out to more people. Don't forget to comment in the box below. It also helps with the algorithm getting it out. If you haven't subscribed, and 60% of you haven't, don't forget to subscribe, become part of the Every Money Show family. You get to ask me to look into any stock you want. I don't charge a Patreon or for Discord. You know, we keep each other updated with different things about different stocks and different reports out there. So I do upload quite regularly, so that's a way that you don't miss out. If you want to be a hero, hit the bell notification, although I know it can be annoying with me the other end, pinging in your phone. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye. And don't forget to hit that lovely like button, almost as lovely as me. Helps with the YouTube algorithm and getting the video out to more people. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Become part of the Every Money Show family. We give each other hints and tips and updates about stocks and shares we talk about on the show. As well as that, you can ask me to look into any share you want, and I don't charge a Discord fee or ask for a Patreon. All I do ask is for you to comment in the box below and hit the like button, even if you disagree with me. Especially if you disagree with me, I like a debate, and if I do something wrong, I want you to call me on it so I can improve the channel. And why not check out the links in the description below? There's lots of offers. I've used each one of them myself. I wouldn't give you links if I haven't checked them out myself. If you're looking for a free trading platform which should trade your stocks and shares, you know, you can get a free share worth up to £200 for signing up and depositing a small amount. A free trade only requires a £1 deposit. The others require £100 or dollars, depending on which one you go for. Stake has over 3,500 US stocks on their books, which is the biggest one outside of the US. whereas trading 212 is one of the best and easiest platforms to use. But as I said, I use all three. Anyway, on with the show. Now, in conclusion, if you are going to miss out on Snowflake's IPO, it could be that you're in the UK and only have trading 212, or you're at work. And then there are other ways you can take part. You can buy shares in Berkshire Hathaway or Salesforce, who have already invested in Snowflake's IPO. That's if you want to take part in a intraday run up and don't want to have to wait until November. But that's completely up to you. I already have shares in Berkshire Hathaway. I'm thinking of picking up some Salesforce because they're a good company to own. But still, something you have to think about. Yeah. Goodbye from me.